So I'd have to agree with Jennifer in our discussion that learning facilitators need to be engaged in touch with the students to determine what will engage them in the game. One strategy may be a simple platform for the learning facilitator to set up, but if that simple platform doesn't engage the learner, then or interest them, then ultimately the game fails. Some elements that I picked in my research to pique learner interest are surprise, originality, and playability. Surprise. Well, I did a little research of my own on the psychological effects of surprise on a psychology website. Surprise increases the levels of dopamine, and dopamine is a brain chemical that increases drive, focus, and motivation. This actually is one of the highest studied brain chemicals because of its influence on human emotion, motivation, and actually physical health. Rosemary Garris, Robert Ehlers, and James E. Driscoll wrote a research article on games, motivation, and learning. In this article, they discuss motivated learners, and they describe them as enthusiastic, focused, and engaged. I love using this example because of where it's coming from. Garris and Ehlers, they're actually from the Naval Air Warfare Center Training Systems Division. For the sake of the argument, a game design for learning can be integrated into any learning for any learner. But back to the subject. Ultimately, isn't it our goal in designing learning activities to get the learner enthusiastic, focused, and motivated? I mean, if we can design something that stirs a psychological response in the learner and gets them enthusiastic, focused, and motivated, I believe as designers we've done our job in a sense, because we have the learners increasing their levels of dopamine. It states in bebrainfit.com that dopamine is known to boost individuals' drive, focus, and concentration. These elements are key to better learning. We're going to keep the kids or the learners interested in what they're learning. So, originality. Originality refers to the nuance of the game. This element is affected by the element of surprise. If a learner recognizes a game and its features from something they've seen before, their levels of curiosity are no longer piqued, and their motivation is a bit limited. But the game should be fresh, different, and it should draw interest. Learners need originality to pique their interest, but the game also needs playability. Let's think about this. Think of it as being approachable. If a learner's first impression of the game is that it's too much to figure out, they won't be willing to stay with the game long enough to get to the learning goal. And ultimately, designing serious games, the whole point is to reach the learning goal. So, these elements, I'll put these elements into consideration as I begin my process of serious game design. And I hope my games that I design will engage the learner and pique their interest. Thank you.